Hi, welcome to the Gen X Glam and Gab channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone, whether you're new, whether you're coming back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I know there's a lot of choices out there, and you're hanging out with me, my little corner of YouTube, where, as you guess it, I do a little bit of glam and a little bit of gab. Let's get ready. Today we're getting ready for work. What I usually do, I don't really have a ton of show and tell. I've just picked out the stuff I'm gonna get ready with today, and I'm gonna have a little chat as I go along. I would like to comment on a few of the comments that other people have made throughout the week on my last videos, because I've been getting some really good comments, and I guess comment on some of the stuff that I will be using today, because you may have seen me use it before. I have one new product that you haven't seen me use, but like, it's all about the rotation, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to rotate through some stuff today that I really like, and I just don't, it's not like I don't want to sleep on it. I just don't want to forget I have it. All right, so then I just woke up my face a little bit with these First Aid Beauty sort of like face wipes. Now, I do have a clean face. It's not like I just wiped away yesterday's makeup. I just got out of the shower. I just got dressed. I'm headed to work, as I do on every day of the week. And I don't know, there's something about, even though my face is clean, I really, really like these First Aid Beauty, like, I think they are wipes, but I wouldn't use them as a makeup wipe. I think I'm using them the way they're supposed to be used. After you have a clean face, you're just going in with one of these wipes and you're knocking off some impurities that might be hanging around that you didn't have, all the time in the world to like exfoliate and get out of your skin on your nighttime face wash and your morning face wash. That stuff, those pollutants, they hang around. So I'm going to keep an eye out for these on Ipsy. I feel like I either got them in FabFitFun or Ipsy. I don't remember. I'd have to watch the video. All right. Just going to let that. It's almost dry. I don't have a ton of time, and I'm starting this video with skincare. So that's not good. And it's not good for the timer. And I'm even thinking about going in with some of my ELF Halo Glow Skin Tint, which I really like. And when this thing dropped last year, I got really, really good reviews. Okay, so I asked folks, hey, what do you think if I do a giveaway video? This isn't a giveaway video, but what if I did a giveaway video where, the threshold for giving it away would be when I hit 500 views. And the value of the giveaway would be $500 plus. And people like that idea. I'm getting encouragement on that. So I think I am, I'm building this giveaway. I just did an order recently from Charlotte, from Ipsy. I have a FabFitFun here. Where'd it go? I need to unbox this thing. If we have time, I'm going to hurry up. If we have time, I want to check out my FabFitFun. It's been sitting underneath this desk for a couple of days, and I can't believe that I've lasted this long and not unboxing it. So anyway, I'm still working on the giveaway. Maybe there's even something in the FabFitFun. And if that works, why not scale it up? Why not scale it up? Because this is the thing. It's not that hard to get to $500, $600, $700, $100, because this stuff is so overpriced. I say that as if I'm not a sucker, and I haven't been spending too much on my beauty products here. No, I'm an absolute sucker, and I have been spending too much on my beauty products, and that's why I can say it's really not that hard to get up to that amount when you start adding the values. I mean, let's look at like a Sephora faves. You spend $58, but they're like $272 value. It's because the price per milliliter on a lot of this stuff is out of control. Like, I've several times, and if you're new to the channel, you're in for a treat. Several times I've priced out this 3 milliliter sample from Guerlain. This is the creme face cream, but I also have like the under eye cream. Anyway, it's a 3 milliliter sample. And the Orchidee Imperial line from Guerlain is just, it's one of their top tier lines. It's just so expensive when you start breaking out price by milliliter. This 3 milliliter sample Each milliliter is valued at 12 milliliters. So if I throw one of those in there, boom, 30 bucks already. Although I'm not quite sure if I will, but I will put some sort of Guerlain sample in there, whether it be that one or not, I'm not sure. All right, that was just a little spritz of, speaking of Sephora faves, of this Summer Fridays sort of spritzy, milky spray. And I just wanted to give a little bit of glow, which I think I did. Now we're going to go in with some more glow, also from the recent Sephora faves, that package that I got. It was like Set, Prep, and Go or something kit. That was the theme, and it was a really good one. And this is just a Glow Recipe Serum, watermelon-esque. Love the Glow Recipe stuff, like the fruity vibes. I have gone all in on that collection in the past, but I haven't, this is the first, I would say, repurchase in Glow Recipe I've done in a while, and it came as part, you know, of an ensemble kit, so I didn't really pick it out. I've also found, you know, and I have a really nice Glow Recipe toner in my overstock. That Glow Recipe is, you can get that on Ipsy, and you can get that in FabFitFun, so there are other ways to get these, you know, this brand, Glow Recipe, for example, is just one, other than, you know, going out to Sephora or Ulta, or I don't think Glow Recipes in Ulta, but you know, a department store. I actually don't think Glow Recipes in a department store. Those are bad examples. But you can get Glow Recipe in some of the subscription box services. I guess that's where I'm going with that. All right, it just feels so nice, and I know it's not going to pill. I do love that about Glow Recipe. I have never had any pilling problems with Glow Recipe. The lips are feeling a little bit neglected, so I don't know. Let's go in with Charlotte Tilbury lip oil, just something super easy and fast. I don't want anything too heavy. I was going to grab a lip mask, but I don't think we need that. Gonna now demonstrate, not that there's much to demonstrate, I'm just putting on creams, but recently ELF dropped a new under eye cream, and I'm going to go in with it. I've been using it a little bit. I'm trying to, this is like a mini deluxe sample that I think I did as an add-on. It's almost like a banana-ish yellow, but there's no tint to it when it goes on your skin. It's very thin, like an under eye cream should be. Claims to have lots of skin-loving ingredients going on in it. So, you know, the great thing about ELF is you do an order, you order over 35 bucks worth of stuff. You get to put on usually 2 deluxe size add-on products. So that, it's just always keep that in mind whenever you're surfing around. And nowadays we can ask our friends on AI, hey, who's running the best gift with purchase online out there in the beauty world? That would be a fun question. If I didn't need my camera to do the video, I might just go ahead and pop that question out. All right, gonna let that under eye cream sit, do the rest of my face with some Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and then I think we're gonna, you know, start building this base, because I have to, I only have 30 minutes, and I tend to get lost in the sauce sometimes when I'm hanging out with everybody. So I asked, if I do this $500 giveaway, 500 views for 500 bucks, you know, what do people think? For the most part, got some really positive reviews. I even went as far as to say, what kind of video should I do? And I liked Mary's recommendation, who said, you know, can you put together like a Charlotte Tilbury dupe video? And she specifically talked about ELF, but there are a lot of brands out there that that tend to dupe our friend Charlotte. So I think that that is a really good video idea. And, you know, when I do my Charlotte Tilbury videos, they tend to do well. Like the Love Look Bag video right now is not doing so bad for it being sort of on the longer end of the long form content. All right, looking real slick, The thing I like, I got the best compliment when I used this ELF base last year after it dropped, and I went to hang out with a friend, and she's like, I mentioned this in a video after she said it, because I felt so, I don't know, blessed with the compliment. She's like, your skin looks so porcelain. I was like, really? I'm like, I think it's my new ELF. I think it's my new ELF base. And I thanked her very much. So when she went, I mean, it just I feel like this has a really nice smoothed out look. And I believe it also has some SPF going on in it. I'm not exactly sure, but I don't want to be, yes, water resistant for 80 minutes and SPF 50. SPF 50. You gotta get this in your summer bags. Gotta get this in your summer bags. All right, well, I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit more. I'm gonna go in and just, again, touch up these brows with my Charlotte Tilbury pencil. But some of the dupes, like not only ELF, I want to speak specifically to MCO Beauty. That Australian brand out there, they're a pretty big duper, Charlotte. They're, I mean, maybe even more so than ELF, if I dare to say that. But ELF is ELF might be the OG duper, OG duper of Charlotte, but MCO Beauty is definitely in the game. And I do have a few MCO Beauty dupes, Charlotte Tilbury dupes. I don't know how far I can reach in over to my shelves, but specifically the dupe MCO Beauty has done of Charlotte setting powder is quite good. It's quite good. It gets great reviews out there. And I like it myself. I like it myself. All right, let's line the lips. Let's line the lips with, speaking of Charlotte, I'm just going to go in with one of her lip liners just because it was easy. Because I want to do a couple of different things here with the lips. I know. I'm literally just throwing it on. And my face is like really slick, so it's not exactly sticking the best that it could, but I'm going to come back later and do more. This is my hard candy, sort of buffy lip liner that I got when I was on vacation in Florida a couple months ago. I had, you know, the buffing of the lip liners was all the rage when I was in the drugstore aisles. Like, a lot of lippies are claiming to give you that buffed out, blurred look. I still think if you want to get a blurred look, you have to work on it. You know, you have to do your own blurring. You know, you can do it with a Q-tip, right? You know, you can do it with your finger. You can do it with, you know, a specialized brush. This is a Too Faced brush. But you could do some blurring with a brush like this, with this kind of head and that kind of density and shape. Now, this is the new product. It is Rosy Fortune. It's from the brand Dash, and it's a lip serum pencil. Claims to have one of my favorite ingredients, jojoba oil in it. And I bought it last weekend locally. So Rosy Fortune. Skin loving ingredient. It's supposed to be long lasting. Jojoba oil is not only very moisturizing, but it's also like a healer. It's just one of my favorite ingredients. I did a whole DIY lip oil video, which was like a total flop. I don't know. Now it's been going on probably 2 years ago. But I learned a lot about jojoba oil in researching that video. Star ingredient. All right, let's go in. Well, we haven't done any color correcting. When I'm in a hurry and I need to I don't have time to get out, you know, some of my faves, my House Labs. I'll just reach for my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish. Boy, I kind of wish somebody would dupe that Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish, because I go through a lot of that, and sometimes it's not in stock. It's hard to keep in stock, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they just don't do a huge production run on it, but here it is right here. Comes in 4 shades. So I actually have a backup shade because I waited so long the last time that she went out of stock, not only online, but in her stores. I was running all over the world, literally running all over the world, checking out Charlotte Tilbury gondolas, looking for Magic Vanish, and then suddenly, poof, it appeared back online, so I snapped up 2 of them. But I would love, 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 love for someone to dupe that. I'm using here in the shade 01, and I think I am going, so thank you, Mary. Let's close that loop. Thank you, Mary, for that suggestion. I like it. Now that I've organized my makeup a little bit better, it's getting there. I have to go, I need to start pulling out the, the stuff that I could use in a video like that. And I have more stuff coming. I don't know why I have more stuff coming. I got a wild hair the other day. Maybe it was because it was a Sunday. Man, I put in an order, a big add-on order with Ipsy. But I did do that in mind for this giveaway that I'm building. I got some 350, some really good deals, and they're not all full size. But this is the thing, this giveaway is going to be a combination of all different sizes of makeup and beauty and tools for whoever wins it. So they get like maximum variety. Just sprayed my little puff blender. Amy, I don't know if it was an old comment. I want to say this. If you're getting responses from me, from comments that are old, guys, I don't understand how YouTube works with this. I know people say like, I made this comment, poof, it disappeared. This is the second or third time I'm making this comment. And then, and then there's comments that I personally don't see for whiles after they're made. So I don't get it. I've written YouTube about this before, what's up, more so on the behalf of my subbies that, spend their time writing their comments that poof and disappear, and bless you that you hang in there and you recreate those comments to the best of your ability, letting me know like, hey, this thing disappeared. YouTube has never given me any response on it. When I've done my own research, the word on the street is just like, oh, it's a known glitch. I think that's such a bunch of bull for such a professional platform such as, YouTube is. These, like, come on now. This is kind of ridiculous. So if you're getting like random ghost comments from me, commenting to your comment of months ye past, it's because YouTube is popping them up now. When I go in my YouTube studio in my community, that's where I usually go to double check if there's any comments, because they tend to just sometimes not appear in a timely manner. And I'm fine. And every once in a while, I find these old ones. And so I apologize. I so apologize. But if I don't reply to one of your comments, because I try to reply to everybody's comments, there's a glitch in the system. All right, let's do a little bit of underpainting, but I wanted to speak to Amy quickly, who shared in a recent comment, which I'm not sure if it's how recent, that she's been really into spraying her blenders, right, more so than dampening them with water. And I'm right on board with that, Amy, especially these, I don't know, these hybrids between the powder puff and the beauty blender that I've been using, the tap that puff from Sephora, and these Cal Angle generic brands from Amazon, and ELF's in on it with their version. I find that I prefer to, when I'm working with these, to spray them with my setting spray, but I'm still a pretty big fan of slightly moistening my beauty blender proper, before I do something like what I'm going to do now, a base. But I do like to touch up with these in the setting spray. So I don't know, besides Amy, does anybody, I think most people just interchange. I think that they do. And it depends on the product as well. All right, we're going to dot these. We're going to dot these up and then blend it out with the beauty blender. See if we can get that porcelain vibe. Maybe my buddy was just trying to make me feel good because she's aware of my midlife makeup crisis journey. This is going on so smooth. I love that it has the SPF 50 in it, because where I am here in Sweden, the sun is poking out a lot more. Another blessing. So much. We got to look for the little blessings, because sometimes, the world is a little bit crazy, and it's our to find those little blessings. So when you find one, recognize it. Just take a couple seconds to recognize it and appreciate it, because sometimes they feel few and far between, but they're out there. Just keep looking. Just keep looking. Keep those eyes wide open, and the heart and the mind, and don't rush. Don't rush, and you will find the small blessings. I promise. I don't know why I just got so philosophical, but I just felt the need. I was thinking, should I do some underpainting? Wow, she's right. This is such a nice base. Why? I mean, I guess I just thought about getting it out again because of the sun and these days that we're being blessed with sun here in Stockholm, and it feels like spring is really coming, and I just can't wait for everything to start blooming. Guys, this is just like such a fun time of year, you know, in certain climates, and if you're in one of those climates, I hope that you are enjoying it too. You don't need a lot. Feels great. I love to do that feel test after I get a nice base down. Feels fantastic. I just need to get some pops of color. And what are we thinking of this Dash? You know, I could go back. I have never heard of this brand before, and I really like this Rosy Fortune. Let me tell you how the wear test goes. Tell you about how the wear test went with the Art Deco. I think I already put it back in my foundation bin. The Art Deco foundation that is going to be in the $500 giveaway. The wear test went quite well. You know, I think the key with the foundations is, and I was always so discouraged as a person who had no idea what they were buying, didn't put any time into researching. I would just buy stuff, it'd be the wrong color. It would feel like cake on my skin, and then it would give the wrong wrap. Right? It would give me the wrong wrap for makeup. I would just be like, well, obviously I can't wear this because it looks like crap on me. Just got to put in a little bit of research and find the right formula. And we are in a day and an age. I'm going in with this Lumi eyeshadow base, the Finish brand Lumi. We are in a day and age of innovation here in the space. So many teachers out there, you know, exploding on social media, that you can put in the research and you can find sort of the right base, and you don't need to give up on it, because as much as I bash the bases sometimes, you know, because it's extra on my skin, extra soaking in my pores, when I do have success, if I use the right one, the right time, the right moment, you know, it does give me, like, I do feel a little bit smoothed out. I don't feel, at this moment, I'm not feeling at all any cakey face. All right, what did I do with all, I pulled out some blushes. Where are they? They're hiding. They're hiding. Here, I pulled out, I'm going to use this Rare Beauty. I don't know, it's in this shade. Gotta put the glasses back on again. Well, you're getting a treat this morning. Believe. It's in the shade Believe. I don't know, I just guessed that, oh no, that was a bad guess. I guess that it might match this lippy, but it's much deeper, but let's just add a little bit and deepen the lippy. There we go. Got to get creative. I guess I'm really worried. I think I need to pick up a little bit of that, because I feel like that might be, that might have been a little bit too much. Well, maybe not. I just wanted a flush. I did not want to go strong. If I would have done that with one of those ELF camo blushes, those 2 dots, I was not a fan of those. Peach is the only one I can really work with. Would have been way too super pigmented to make that work. I just wanted a little bit of a flush, and that's all I got. That's all I got. I think I should stop there. Pulled out my LYS contour sticks. These are oldie but goodies. Really super creamy. Creamy beware. You don't need too much, and you definitely, like, you never want to crank if you've got one of these LYS sticks or you're thinking about getting one. You never want to crank this guy all the way up, because it is so creamy. This particular product is known to snap. They're blushes too. So don't, you know, get all gung-ho and crank. How much product do we get? It's just because it's such a creamy form. This is my theory. This is my theory that I've figured out. It's such a creamy product, and it typically sits in our Glam stations at like a room temperature vibe. And so that it just makes it even more vulnerable to, you know, to, I don't want to even say the word snapping, because it just like, to dislodge from the base, right? So I don't know. Was that a public service announcement? I have no idea. All right, we need to wrap this up. We got to get going. I have to get going. I need to let you go. I need to let you get going with your day. I have to do something with my hair too. It was not a wash and dry the hair day, so it just got thrown up there in a bun. Let's go quickly, super quickly. Let's use my fun $4 brush, Morphe brush, that I got at TJ Maxx on my last vacation to the States. I don't have one of these super fluffy fanny ones, and I like it a lot. I mean, look at all the potential. It could just do everything. Smooth out the edges. I can go all the way across my lids. I can go all the way across my forehead. I can go all the way under my chin line. I can go down the side of my nose. And they have these kind of shaped brushes on Amazon. So if you don't have one, slept on this size of brush for years. Saw it at Shoppers Drug Mart when I was living in Canada. And I was like, and the Quo brand, and I was like, wow, that's kind of expensive. Do I really need it? And then when I saw it for $4, TJ Maxx, yeah, the max for the minimum, I went for it. I feel like I need a powder blush, but maybe I'll touch that up offline. I usually do touch myself up offline, especially before I do my thumbnail pictures. So let's get my ELF Tap and Blend, my newest favorite brush drop from ELF. Get my tap and blend brush and do some tapping, get in with some of the setting powder. But I was saying, I usually do touch myself up before I do my thumbnail picture. So if you ever like, wow, she looks great in her thumbnail picture, it's because I do a little bit. I'll touch up the lippy to make it a little bit more, you know, vibrant. I'll touch up underneath my eyes. I'll look for shiny shines that, you know, you probably saw when I turned the camera off. But I touched up, you know, before I did that thumbnail, because I gotta, listen, we're raw and uncut, but I can't be all of that. I need to play the game, and there's a thumbnail game that needs to be played. So I gotta make sure in those thumbnails I don't look completely like, you know, untouched. Got to get that touch up. All right, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're well. Thanks for hanging out with me here on Wednesday on Hump Day. If you're watching this in real time, you take care, and I'll see you in the next video.